men and women on this committee are good people. They're honest and caring people. And that's why I do not understand why you would relegate this committee to no longer being of significance and resort to saying you will do whatever Elon Musk and Donald Trump tell you to do.
Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we have to talk about the absolute circus that went down during the Doge hearing. Yep, that's the so-called Department of Government Efficiency. But trust me, there was nothing efficient, honest, or transparent about what we witnessed. This clip from Fox is a must-watch if you care even a little about democracy, Social Security, and the terrifying grip billionaires have on our government.
Where's the independence of the committee? Where's the legislature? We're an equal branch of government. And you start off with a blather, and yet we look at the empty seats here. Where's Elon Musk? I'm sure he's a genius and is a very credible person because of the wealth he's accumulated. But that does not put him above the law or the responsibility to come before this committee in this Congress. If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so eminent, why isn't he here explaining it? You know why. Because he's out to privatize Social Security. He's been on television the last couple of days talking exactly about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and what he intends to do. Privatize it. The American people, some of them may have been born at night, but not last night. People are aware of this. Every single one of your districts, all the money that comes in monthly, and you have not done, you as a Congress, have not done anything in more than 54 years. And now you have someone coming in to privatize a system, something you have longed to do going back to 1982, because Elon Musk thinks that this is the best thing to do. President Trump has called Social Security a scam. Elon Musk, as chairman, as Mr. Neal said, called it a Ponzi scheme. Ask that of the people in your district. Ask that, Mr. Smith, of the more than 198,000 people in your district who rely on Social Security, and you won't even let the person who's planning to privatize it, who's telling the big lie in front of everyone, in bold as he possibly can, saying, this is what we're going to do. The Congress is in our back pocket. We don't even have to come before them and testify because we control the House, we control the Senate, and we control the presidency. And it's the tyranny of the executive. It's why these resolutions were first adopted back in 1789, because the founding fathers knew that the executive branch does not have total authority over the legislature unless you have a willing party that says, no, we're going to do exactly what you tell us to do, Mr. Musk and Mr. President. It doesn't matter to our constituents. It doesn't matter how much money they are not going to receive. We're not even going to tell them the truth about what's going to happen to them. And every single one of these districts where they're being shut down and their personnel, and as Mr. Neal said, Dan, after you cut and eliminate the people, say the agency isn't responding accordingly. No other agency operates for under less than 1%. With that, they administer to over 70 million people in the nation's #1 anti-poverty program for the elderly and children. Shame! Shame! Can't bring people in front of this body? If he's right, if they're so good, if they're so just, why aren't they here telling the American people about it? They're not, because you know the truth. It's about privatization.
Let's break it down, because Representative John Larson just went off, and rightfully so. Small Blue Diamond first of all. respect to John Larson. The man stood up in that hearing and said what every honest, working-class American has been feeling. He questioned the independence of the House Ways and Means Committee because apparently it's not a legislative body anymore. It's a puppet show run by Elon Musk and Donald Trump. And look, I don't care how rich or innovative Musk is. Accumulating wealth doesn't make you a god. It doesn't make you a moral authority. And it sure as hell doesn't mean you get to skip testifying before Congress while you plot to dismantle Social Security. Small blue diamond, where was Elon Musk? If he's the so-called head of Doge, the guy allegedly rooting out fraud and abuse, then why isn't he in that seat? Why isn't he facing the American people, explaining why he's been on TV advocating for the privatization of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid? You don't get to propose blowing up the social safety net from behind a screen. You don't get to reshape the foundation of American life for millions, and then ghost when it's time to answer for it. Small blue diamond, let's be clear, privatizing Social Security is theft. It's robbing our parents, our grandparents, our neighbors, and eventually us. And make no mistake, this has been the right-wing dream since the 1980s. Gut public programs, funnel that money into Wall Street, and call it freedom. But it's not freedom, it's corporate looting. And the fact that this committee is just rolling over, that's not just a betrayal, it's a crisis of democracy. Small blue diamond, and here's the kicker. Trump called Social Security a scam. Musk called a Ponzi scheme. But you know what's a scam? Billionaires telling working Americans that the thing keeping them afloat, the thing they paid into their whole lives, is some kind of trick. That's gaslighting. That's manipulation. Small blue diamond Larson is right. The American people aren't stupid. As he said, we may have been born at night, but not last night. People see what's happening. And if you go into any district, red, blue, or purple, you'll find hundreds of thousands of Americans who rely on Social Security just to get by. You think they care about Musk's crypto memes or Trump's con man bravado when the rent's due and their check is late? Get real. Small blue diamond, Congress hasn't done anything on this for over 50 years. Why? Because they've been too afraid to confront the corporate powers that really run the show. They'll take corporate money, make speeches about the deficit, and then slash the very programs that keep our communities alive. Small blue diamond, this is executive overreach on steroids. Larson brought the receipts back to 1789. The founders didn't want the president or any one person holding absolute power. And yet here we are, with Musk and Trump allegedly saying they don't even need to show up to Congress because they control the House, Senate, and presidency. If that's true, it's not just a red flag. It's a 5-alarm fire for our republic. Small blue diamond, and the worst part? The agencies are being gutted. Larson called out the staff cuts, how they're crippling the effectiveness of Social Security. Then those same people turn around and say, see, government doesn't work. But that's the plan. Defund, sabotage, and then privatize. This is strategic incompetence designed to push public trust off a cliff. And it's working, unless we call it out. Small blue diamond, accountability matters. If you're going to propose changes that will impact 70+ million Americans, the least you can do is show up and face the questions. If it's such a good plan, defend it. But they won't, because they know it's not. Small blue diamond, this is about privatization. Full stop. All roads lead to one thing. Profit. Not justice. Not freedom. Not efficiency. Just making rich people richer, while stripping away the social contract that generations fought to build. Folks, this is our line in the sand. We cannot let billionaires dictate public policy from behind the curtain. We cannot let cowardly politicians sell us out under the guise of efficiency. And we absolutely cannot let Social Security be gutted in broad daylight. So what can you do? Call your representative. Show up at town halls. Educate your friends and family about what's really happening. Vote like your retirement depends on it, because it does. This is bigger than left versus right. This is about whether or not the government still serves the people or just the powerful. I'm your left-wing patriot, and I'll be here every step of the way, calling out corruption and standing up for working Americans. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. What do you think about Elon Musk skipping the Doge hearing? Should Social Security be off limits to privatization? Until next time, stay informed, stay fired up, and stay in the fight.